curriculum in product research industry design that is being carried out. For the future generations, what would be your recommendation to concentrate on? Which would be the aspect that should be predominant for the future? Where do you see the requirements to in terms of focus?
I think for industrial design, it's important not to straitjacket a young designer into a particular bucket of specialization. It's important to be able to straddle a few areas of specialization. I would say, bring in a holistic perspective to the category itself. We found that even from where my design school itself, they had fragmented the design specializations into quite a few categories, and we found that most of them come back and do. If you're a ceramic designer, you're ending up doing furniture. If you're a furniture designer, you're doing a street light, and what we feel is the initial part needs to straddle categories. You obviously have your focus in terms of interests, your own personal interests. That kind of defines a certain area. But from an education perspective, I think the whole ecosystem that I'd mentioned about earlier, I think designers need to appreciate the whole collaborative aspect of design. I think we've gone past that stage of singular designers taking things from one end of from a concept right up to creating the end product. It's not no more. It doesn't exist as such. I mean, it's completely collaborative if you look at the reality of it, and that sensibility needs to come through at the education stage. It doesn't exist right now. As there are some small exercises that are done, but I think it needs to be a lot more infused at that stage.
Then collaborative thinking can only happen if the designer himself is someone with an overview of all the sub-disciplines that go into making the complete product. So that at least he can visualize what can and can't be done in any given case. So the designer needs to be a bit of a Da Vinci.
I think we had this challenge earlier with the designers we were hiring, and one of the things is you need to just appreciate the sensibilities of the discipline that you're working with. So if you're working with an engineer, you don't need to know what tolerances are required in plastics.
But you do need to understand that there is such a thing as material.
You have to, yeah. You need to be able to, there's a certain, it's an arm's reach out, but you need to be appreciative of somebody else building on what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean that's more.
I think the service working knowledge
Yeah.
of the zones that connect.
You need to.
That's what you need.
You definitely need that.
Because we're trying to put across, it precisely is. But then I'm glad you're telling me this, because I think people have a tremendous resistance to accepting that they need to understand the philosophical aspect. It's not enough to just ideate in isolation. Neither in terms of design, execution, nor the market. You have to design in a real world environment, and you have to be aware of what can and can't be done, and then push the limits and challenge them up.
I think it's a mindset issue. I think we had this. Yeah, we had an issue. You always think that if you're bound by constraints, you won't be able to think. But it's actually the other way around. When you have more constraints, you are far smarter when you think. So it's just a question of flipping it around, and you'll get, I think, students to think a lot more openly about the category.
I mean, you're saying exactly what I wish I had said equally well. So if you could communicate this to young people even more strongly, and then in words that they will readily understand, and be tremendously great.
No, I think, today if you look at, just look at any discipline today. If you look at media itself, it straddles product types. You're reading your news on a mobile phone to an iPad, to a screen, to a newspaper, and it's changing habits. So, in a sense, what's happening is that your clean definitions of categories and boundaries are completely getting diluted, and it kind of is naturally going to incline people to start looking at what else is there as an allied specialization that would help you think better in your core expertise. So I think, it's a challenge today, but it's very, very crucial that you adapt to that much faster now.